Hey everyone, I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept of Biotensegrity and how it applies to stretch therapy sessions and why I like to use this model as a way to view the body as a whole and helps me guide my work. So this is a tensegrity model. The idea here is that the wooden dowels represent the bones and the elastics represent the tissue. And it's important that the structure has its integrity. So this is essentially a model of our body. So the bones are kind of floating within this tissue system, and there's also a compression element to it. So if one part of the system shifts, say over here shifts, the entire structure has to change and morph in order to keep the integrity of the structure. So in our bodies, if something over here shifts due to injury, repetitive movement, maybe some other type of trauma, scar, or just a repetitive pattern like sitting in one hip all the time, carrying your baby on one side, crossing one leg over, right? We all collect these patterns in our bodies. So if something shifts over here, then something has to shift over here and maybe back here in order to keep upright. And that's essentially what we do is, as humans, we live in this vertical plane. We're working with gravity all the time. So we need to stay upright, right? So I like to take this model when I view the body in the sense that if I see a client that has, one shoulder up or one hip forward, I might look at, okay, where is the tension? So if something shifted over here, that means something has to shift on the other side somewhere. And I'm sure you all can feel this in your own bodies as well. So when we're doing a session, I'm searching for the areas that feel thick, that feel congested, that feel tight. And I want to focus on those areas more. Because if one side or one area is already loose, and it might feel good to stretch and move those areas that are already loose, that just creates more imbalance. And what we want to do is create more balance to the structure so that it can come into this easeful integrity, right? If we got something pulling over here and something pulling over here, it's a lot of work to stay upright, and that affects the nervous system, right? Every kind of torsion or twist or shift we hold in the body, when we then go about life, walking around, working against gravity, it's stressful, it's more effort. So the more ease and balance we have in this structure, the more regulated we can be, the more free we are, the clearer we are, not only in our mind, but within our whole tissue system. So this is just a little introduction. We will elaborate more on this in the in-person training in level 1 and deeper again in level 2 when we get into assessment. But I just want you to start thinking about your own body and other people's bodies from this Biotensegrity model perspective.